The Brampton Battalion were also in the second year of their coach Stan Butler's 3-year plan. The first year consisted of getting his young players experience in the league, and the second year was to grab a playoff spot, and that's exactly what they did. Following wins over Barrie and Sault Ste. Marie, the battalion spent several weeks ranked as one of the top 10 teams in the country. During the month of October, the team racked up 8 wins, equaling last year's win total.
We came this year with a positive attitude, just a winning attitude, and we're all working hard in the weight room, in the gym and stuff. I think it's carrying over in all our games.
December 15th, playoff fever hits the Brampton Center as the battalion, still first in their division, offer fans the opportunity to buy tickets for the rest of the season, including the playoffs. December 18th, the battalion take on the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds in a matchup of the league's stingiest defense against one of the best offensive teams. At the midway point of the game, the Greyhounds had built a 5-2 lead, but the battalion stormed back to win 8-6. It marked the first time in franchise history that the team came back from a 3-goal deficit.
Well, that was a huge win. We were in a little bit of a slump there, and we got a win last week, and we just need all the wins we can get now. It just pumps the team right up for this big weekend.
December 31st, Jason Malenko scores in overtime to give the battalion a 3-2 win over the Ice Dogs in a battle of teams going in opposite directions. Mississauga was in the middle of a month-long losing streak while the battalion were driving towards their first postseason appearance. January 10th, Brampton sends right winger Chris Cook to the Kingston Frontenacs in exchange for 6'1", 200-pound Nathan Harrington. The 17-year-old was brought over to provide toughness along the boards.
I'm going to go to war for the team, that's for sure. I'm going to finish all my checks, and I'm going to be strong in the corners, along the boards, winning little battles that need to be won in order to win hockey games. I'd also like to chip in on the scoreboard now and then.
The battalion charged forward into the year 2000 but got hit by the Millennium Bug. In the month of January, the battalion lost 10 games. February brought hope to the Brampton squad when on February 2nd, the Bats had 3 representatives for the OHL All-Star Game at the Hershey Center. Rafi Torres picked up a goal. Jason Malenko and import Rostislav Klesla both had strong games on the blue line. Just over a week later, Klesla, Torres, and Tyler Hanchuk all were involved in the CHL Prospects game at the Air Canada Center in Toronto. Rafi Torres picks up 3 assists. Tyler Hanchuk potted an empty net goal, and Rusty Klesla had another strong performance, this time for Team Orr.
I think they know the way I can play, which is, hitting and getting out of the corners and, making stuff happen. But, I think I showed I can play with the top players around the league.
Brampton finished off the season with a mediocre 2 months. They compiled 6 wins, 7 losses, and 4 ties. Hardly a performance to send them into the playoffs.
That's 3 goals now on this power play for the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds.
The battalion ended up finishing 13th in the league and were matched up in the first round of the playoffs with the Erie Otters. Brampton never did take a lead in the series and ended up losing the series 4-2, thus ending the battalion season. One individual highlight, however, could be Rafi Torres. The 18-year-old forward is eligible for the NHL draft this summer and made a name for himself, finishing 6th in league scoring with 43 goals and 48 assists for 91 points.
Centering pass, they score! Rafi Torres!
Although Brampton would have loved to make it further in this year's playoffs, it was a huge stepping stone for the young team. And with Coach Butler's 3-year plan, next year the team is scheduled to make a serious challenge for the Memorial Cup.